don't text and drive. Today marks 18 years since 9/11. A memorial will be held this morning where the Twin Towers used to stand. And as it is done every year, the names of those who perished that day will be read aloud by family members at today's ceremony. CBSN New York's Jenna DeAngelis is in Lower Manhattan with more on today's events. Jenna, 18 years later, and it still feels like it was just yesterday.
I know, Alex, it's hard to believe it's been nearly 2 decades, but if you ask just about anyone, they'll tell you they remember that day vividly, where they were and how they felt, pain that really never goes away. 18 years ago, a promise was made to always remember, and this morning, family and loved ones are arriving to the memorial to fulfill that promise. One by one, we'll hear their names.
Matthew Barnes.
Melissa Rose Barnes.
Read aloud by family members, as done in years past, along the footprint of where the Twin Towers once stood. A moment to honor each of the nearly 3,000 lives lost on September 11th, 2001, and those killed in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. At 8:46 a.m., the first moment of silence. Then, houses of worship throughout the city will toll their bells. The ceremony will pause a total of 6 times, twice to mark the moment each plane hit the Twin Towers, twice for when each tower fell, and 2 more times to mark the attacks on the Pentagon and on Flight 93. A solemn tribute to those who died and those who risked their lives to save others 18 years ago. No matter how much time has passed, in many ways, the pain is still raw. Remains of those killed are still being identified. Officials say 2/3 of all World Trade Center responders have at least one certified 9/11 related health condition. After a battle on Capitol Hill, the Victim Compensation Fund passed this summer, essentially funding health care for 9/11 first responders for life.
I mean, we're at 204 in just the FDNY alone, and the NYPD is at 241. So, I mean, the number of first responders that have died post 9/11 is greater.
As the night falls, the tribute and lights will return. The illuminated spirit of the towers serves as a reminder of all we lost that day. Those who went to work that morning not knowing it would be their last. The first responders who ran in as many were running out. All the last phone calls made to loved ones. Every emotion, every memory, as vivid as they were that September morning. Those who returned to the site, an area redeveloped and once again booming, are reminded of the vow to rebuild and the resiliency of New Yorkers. The reflecting pools symbolize what once stood here, the beautiful lives lost, and the everlasting promise to never forget. Security in the area is pretty tight and will remain that way through most of the day. Now, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum will be open to families only this morning and then will reopen to the public around 3 o'clock this afternoon. In Lower Manhattan, Jenna DeAngelis, CBSN, New York.
Jenna, thank you.